Right now, nearly 90,000 veterans are on the verge of losing their home. And the most heartbreaking part, most of them don't have to. Here's what your mortgage company isn't telling you: the VA has a strict, legally mandated 6 step process called the Home Retention Waterfall. Your bank must go through every single step before they can even touch your home. But since the massive VASP officially ended last year, thousands of veterans think they're completely out of options, and they are wrong. There is a brand new 2026 program taking its place. Today, I'm breaking down the exact 6 steps that will save your home, who you need to call besides your bank, and the one mistake that will ruin your VA home loan benefit forever. So let's go right into it. Most people think foreclosure happens overnight, and it simply doesn't. It starts with the invisible warning signs. If you're waiting for a pending VA disability claim to make payments, dealing with a reduction in work hours, or the biggest one, if you're using credit cards to make your mortgage payment, or you subsidizing cash with going out for groceries and using your credit cards, you're already in the danger zone. The absolutely golden rule of the VA loan: the earlier you act, the more power you have. Before we talk about the steps, you need to know who you're dealing with. The mortgage servicer, the bank you send your checks to, does not own your loan. They work with investors that own it. If they give you a runaround, you do have a secret weapon: a VA loan technician. If you're 61 days past due, the VA automatically assigns one to you, but you don't have to wait. You guys can call this number, and I'm also going to drop it down on the in the description down below. It's 877-827-3702, and this kind of helps you bypass the bank, or at least be able to get some additional help. They're a great resource. And make sure you guys check out my video on the Service Now ticket, which you can actually get correspondence from the VA in writing. It is a huge step, and it kind of protects you because of this. All right, so let's go through the 6 different options that you have. So one of them, the first one, is going to be a special forbearance program. Now, this pauses your payments up to 6 months to give you some breathing room. Now, the challenge is that once that 6 months is over, you still have to deal with making the payment. So you really need to understand where your financial picture is. Now, when you miss payments, right, you can go into step 2, which is going to be your repayment plan, right? You still make your normal mortgage payment plus an extra for the next 3 to 12 months until you catch up. Big benefit of that is that you get to keep your rate that you currently have. And a lot of veterans do have low interest rates that are still facing foreclosure, which I think is unfortunate. But again, life happens and you have to be able to figure it out. Step 3 is going to be a loan modification. Now, not a fan of this, but sometimes it's your only option. Now, this is where you roll in your missed mortgage payments, and now you have a new 40-year mortgage. Now, again, the warning sign with this is that if you're in the beautiful 3% interest rate right now that you took on a couple years ago, just note that even though you go to a 40-year mortgage, you're still going to have elevated payments, meaning that they're going to be higher than what you're paying right now. So a lot of times going into a missed payment situation, sometimes it's things you can't control, sometimes it's things you can control, sometimes it's external factors that cause you to miss a payment and then have a challenge catching up because they're tacking on late fees. Okay. Now, step 4 is my favorite one. And I've talked to a lot of folks that reached out to us over the last couple of years that have faced foreclosure. And it's nice when you call when you still haven't been late, because it opens up a lot of options. So step 4 is my favorite one. And for some of you, you might think like, well, why would I sell my home right now? Like, I want to keep it. I want to live in it. Because on average, folks that are facing foreclosure, they have about 100,000 or more in equity in their property. And if your credit is intact, right, you can sell, and then you have options, because one, you can get a payment, right, for selling the property. So you could pay down personal debt, or you could take that money, go rent for a while. and then come back to revisit home ownership. A couple things happen with that. One, you don't lose like that portion of your benefits that go into foreclosure, even if you do a short sale or deed in lieu, right? Those are the next two steps. Kind of give it away, but you guys need to know, because again, this is really my favorite one, because it saves everything, right? It saves your credit. So now you still have great credit, you have purchasing power, you don't have negatives on your credit report, you can go out and easily rent a property, you could easily do a lot of things when you have really good credit. And then if you are making money on the property, then another big positive piece to that. Um, in step 5, right, it's a short sale. Like, this is normally, I would say you would go to this extreme if you purely cannot sell your property for more than what you owe, right? So if you're upside down, or if you're trying to hire realtors, and by the way, if you guys want, you can also just sell the property yourself and save on that money, because I've seen people do that. And it was the difference between them being able to walk away from the transaction um, with their head held high, great credit, still keeping everything intact, and giving themselves options. Because remember, a lot of times credit checks are required for work, they're required for getting insurance. So all costs go up when this event happens. And that's why it's really important to understand it. Plus, what I hate to see is that all those additional fees that go with foreclosure or short sale or deed in lieu, those get passed on to you. So if they sell your place, they take out all that money that you owe them, plus again all the fees. So it just really puts you in a bad spot, and you make just less money. And I just hate to see that for you guys. Okay. So 5 was going to be the short sale. 6 is going to be a deed in lieu. That's really like your last resort. I haven't really seen this much, but it's going to be basically where you hand over and sign over the property to the bank. But still, you're going to have to deal with the fact that most lenders are going to look at that as a foreclosure. And a lot of people still think that VASP is around. That's the veteran program where everyone got these 2.5% interest rates. But even people that I talk with that were in this program, or they were about to get it and then it ended, it's very unfortunate, but it's kind of what we have to work with, what we have. And don't forget, your VA home loan is assumable. So someone could come in and assume it before you become late on your mortgage payment. Because once you become late on your mortgage payment, now you'd have to bring it current in order to have someone else assume it. What that, I'm going to do a quick thing on it because I have a whole video on it. But essentially, another veteran can come in and swap benefits with you and take over your mortgage, and they take over the responsibility, and you get your VA home loan back. A non-veteran can do it as well, but it would lock in your benefits. But check out the video or check out the channel. You guys will kind of see that. The new program for 2026. Now, this was signed in last year. This is a crazy amount of backlash because they're taking their sweet, sweet time to come up with the VA partial claim program. It's very frustrating because a lot of people have been waiting for this program to come out. Essentially, it's kind of a little bit better than I would say what the current uh, waterfall options are. It's not as sweet as the VASP program, because essentially what the VA is coming in is they will come in as a second lien holder, just take what you are behind and make that a second mortgage, attach it to your home. Give and take on this, because one, if you can't make your regular payment, you in general are going to have an issue, right? If they did a loan modification or not, and they brought your payment current, then what's going to happen, right? You still can't make the payment. Then it's best to go with option 4, like we talked about, is just to sell your place before you go in and ruin your credit. And then you're really out of options, because now you're all of a sudden are behind on your mortgage payments. Then you're going to try to scramble to sell something. Obviously, life events happen, things pop out of nowhere. I completely understand that. But most of the time when we talk with folks, it's not something that happened overnight. This is something that was happening for a while, and they just needed to see the signs of that. I have a separate video on the VA partial claim program. It's still being modified, so there could still be a lot of changes. You, in fact, if you're watching this, you can give your input to the VA on what do you want to see with the program and see how they modify that. because I want you guys to know your options because homeownership is such a great thing for a lot of people. And a ton of veterans, like tens of thousands of veterans, use the VA loan every month. And what we don't want to see is a portion of that benefit be gone because of a foreclosure or short sale. And then now you're back to the old VA rules, and then you're going to be capped at how much you can borrow without putting a down payment. So please share this with the veteran community. This isn't just for people that are going into foreclosure. You really need to understand the whole program in itself and all the benefits that exist because we can then teach other veterans when they're struggling to say, hey, we do have a resource. Hey, check out this channel, check out the video, and then at least you can gain that. I don't personally do these right with foreclosures because you have to call your servicer. I just know about it because I also want to understand the full picture of a veteran's journey, being a veteran myself. So make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.